Welcome to UK Casuals. Today is a little bit different because we have someone that was involved in football over in Greece. So, would you like to introduce yourself and what team are you aligned to?
Well, nice to meet you, first of all. My name is Christos, and I'm related to P.A.O.K Thessaloniki club. Probably you've heard it mostly about the fans, not for the achievements.
Yeah.
But I used to be a long time ago involved. Now not anymore because I live in abroad. I live in Germany, and I'm a little bit old for something like this. But I can have a clear opinion on what's happening, and I suppose that's what you like to discuss.
Exactly, Christos. Yeah. So can you remember the first time you saw your team play?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was 1978. It was a home game. The brother of my father got me with him. I was 7, 8 years old, and that was it.
You were drawn to it, instantly attracted to football.
Yes. The first picture that I can remember still now, it was the ending line on the grass with white stripes and the black and white shirt everywhere, just filling the ground, and it still makes me thrill until today.
Until that, you still get that same feeling when you see your team. So obviously you were very young and you went with family members. So when did you start going on your own, Christos?
It didn't take long. I think I was 16 years old. Of course, I had to lie to my family that I'm going to meet my aunt someplace. Yes.
Yeah.
Although it would be 500 kilometers away in not such a friendly place, but it worked, and that was it. Then I was attracted more from away days as the home ones.
Yeah.
I think home games has to do more with the mentality of the team.
Right.
And away games has to do with the mentality of a fan, of a supporter. Yeah?
So you preferred away games to home games then?
I think everybody.
You think
every logic man in the world?
Yeah. UK, we are all called football casuals.
Yes.
But in Europe, you're all under what's called the Ultras banner. So when did you start being an ultra, and how did you get involved in being an ultra with your team?
As I told you, I started of my teenage, and it came almost without understanding, without getting it. You are just going inside, and you are getting involved without purpose.
Yeah.
Without aiming for something like this, just having a good time, just having very good friends, and I think it's coming then this respect matter.
Yeah.
And I believe that everybody who feels as a man is somehow respect addicted.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
We are getting more involved.
Yeah.
That's the whole story, I think.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your club, Christos, and where and how they started, and a little bit about your fans and the people that go to see your club.
Yeah. My club was established in 1926. It is origin from a neighborhood of Constantinople, today known as Istanbul, and actually it was founded from refugees population who were forced to leave Constantinople at that time, and they moved to Thessaloniki. They had a big passion about football. They start without having anything. So it's I would say it's about we're talking about club with poor people base.
Right. Okay. What very working class.
Yes, working class. That's what exactly
Yeah.
what I want to say. And so working that our today's stadium was built by the fans itself.
Oh, right. So it's basically it was built by the people that go to watch it and who
Yes,
lived around it.
they worked personally here there to build the stadium, and of course there was some tricks to get some money, some lotteries, and or some price added to the ticket price.
Yeah.
But it was a massive common work from the people. And that's why it for us is maybe not so comfort stadium or so luxury stadium, but it's a kind of jewelry for us.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely understand that. It's something to be very proud of.
Of course, that means that our club was not always welcomed in this land in Greece,
Right.
and everything was not so fair against us.
Okay.
And that's why the rumors say that we are supposed to be a kind of rebels in the culture of fans, and we were never, but never, very close to some government or some authority. We have our road on our own.
Yeah. No, very good. It's I interviewed you for our website a long time ago. Now, interested, the thing came up in Greece of when you get banned. It's very different from England. Can you tell us a bit about what it's like to get banned in Greece when you're banned from football, when you get arrested at football?
Yeah, actually, it's changed. Even though from the time that we fixed this interview, it's there is a new update for this, but actually it's very different because the law is changed, and we have it's enough that to make a torch or some beer or so and be considered in some cases also as terrorists,
Yeah.
and you are now it's possible to be jailed for 18 months, and if you are innocent at the end, they clap you a little bit on the back and say, okay, have a good sorry, that was all.
So basically, you will go to jail for 18 months, but if it turns out you're innocent, they'll just say, okay, sorry, goodbye, and there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, actually, it's only the peak of the problem for me, because it's a problem that has to do, of course, not with this government only, although I think it's the worst government that Greece had for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's a problem that no one from the past governments also wanted to solve. They don't want to solve the problem because they live from it.
So let's talk about modern football, Christos, and VAR in particular. What's your opinions on VAR, mate?
The modern football is simply something that it's disgusting for me. It's not football at all.
No, I quite agree. Yeah.
Yes, and I think what really happened is that many people are trying to get benefit by turning our game to a business. That's
Yeah.
the central idea. There are some. There are many ways to try to apply this power on this direction. But I think the main idea is this: football today doesn't look much from what you have ever seen or I have ever seen. Doesn't matter if it was UK or Greece.
Yeah.
It's everything total different. Of course, world is also different, but we are targeting now in the point of food. So you see, they got some people, many people inside that care only about business. They try to cut in small pieces from football, the pieces of football, and they start selling football, our football, everywhere. They start selling in bet bookmakers. They start selling in manager offices. They start selling in private TVs, channels, and I think the connection today through manager offices or through this system is more important for a club than the produce from the player or the coach in the pitch, and that's of course very sad.
Yeah, no, very sad. We have a sort. There's a common thread that's going through UK football at the moment. I don't know if it's the same in Germany or if it's the same in Greece, but the fan that goes to watch is the last person they care about. As you just said, it's TV contracts, it's sponsorship, it's big business. The fan that goes to watch them week in, week out is the last person that they think of or care about. Would you agree with that, Christos?
Yes, I agree with it. That point, it's actually the answer on your previous question.
Yeah.
Because of the violent problem and why there is no solution about this, that's exactly the point. They don't can they cannot face us united. They don't want the fans united.
No, I absolutely agree.
Just consider a stadium with capacity with 60, 70,000 just for one day, everyone united at the same aim, at the same target, and say we are human. We want a better conditions here, better seats, better toilets, fair play. Uh, I don't think many people of them would like something like this.
No. I'll just take you back to the interview you did for our website. Now, I asked you who your main rivals were or your derby days, and you said everybody. And that's quite a lot of the mentality, isn't it, from your club? So tell us a little bit about that.
As I told you, we grow up in a not so friendly environment, and on the way you can understand if somebody is playing fair against you or no. Through these years, we conclude that nobody is good enough to be our friend.
Right. Okay. No alliances then.
Yes, there's no reliance. There's no understanding. There's no common targets at all. We don't. We start having fun with our club. We support, of course, very keen on it. But for example, we don't care much about titles, about championships or cups. We want to have. We want to be proud that we have a strong team with men on the pitch who are trying to give their best to please us.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, as long as they're giving their
all. Unfortunately for many others, they have other priorities.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about the people who want to be famous or successful through the game, and they are just using it. But
Yeah.
I am talking also about fans that their priority is to win a title, doesn't matter how.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand.
Or also people that cannot understand what a club mean for you, for me, and they demand, for example, if you are a Paris Saint-Germain fan and you pay a season ticket, ask if you like not to see Messi every day.
Yeah. 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 I'm with you. Yeah. It's a different type of fan over in the UK. We call them.
It's about mentality. I think
Yeah. We call
it's
them the
another
prawn
country.
sandwich brigade over here. Um, it's a different mentality, and they go to watch your football club for a different reason than you do. Um,
Yes,
that's what I think. So you live in Germany now, Christos, and you're
yes.
not involved anymore. Um, so before we finish up, I'd just like to ask: do you miss the old days?
Yes, for sure. I miss the old days, and if I had the possibility to turn back the time, I think I wouldn't do much different from what I did.
No, fair enough. I think that's absolutely great. I think that um, you've done what you've done. You've been involved where you've been involved, and no regrets. And and I think that's
But
excellent. Is
what I
there
have to
anything else
mention,
you'd like to speak about before we finish up, Christos?
yes, I wanted also to mention that yes, I was involved, but in rules, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Speak about that.
in our times, unfortunately, not anymore. There was a big rule that says no weapon rule.
Yeah,
Fight just in case, but only with bare hands. Yeah. What I see and makes me very sad is that the young people don't follow this rule anymore. There's actually 2 months before a young man was killed in my city in Thessaloniki, and it was like being like a Russian roulette because it was just like today we attack you, tomorrow you attack us, every day harder and harder and harder until the shit happens, and it happened.
someone died.
And unfortunately, the authorities or everybody that was involved just let it happen. And they let it happen. A young boy is died, is dead. A lot of others are in jail now. Okay, they it was very harsh, but as a community, we have to consider our faults too,
Yeah,
because as I read the next day, everybody who was involved in this situation, it was aged about 20 years old maximum.
right. New
If,
breed.
if I if I turn now back and think what these boys of 20, doesn't matter the club, I mean generally,
Yeah,
in the whole world, the boys of 20 years old today, what have they seen? What have they lived in comparison that we lived in our 20 days, in our 20 years? They haven't lived nothing. Away days are forbidden in Greece for the last 6 years. That means they were never to a bus or a train away. They don't
yeah.
know about that.
That's a
They don't know
that's a
about,
shame.
yes, they don't know about rules. They don't know about nothing. And then comes the government and simply says, okay, it was a crime. Of course, it was a crime. And now we close all supporting clubs in Greece for some time, 6 months, 1 year, I believe until the next elections.
Right. Okay. It's
I
used as a
mean,
political
they
tool.
just let it happen. They just let it happen, and they took advantage of this situation. And I think it's not moral. To go back to the discussion, these 20 years old boys, until now, instead of going away, they are mostly in their day life in front of a monitor of a computer, playing some fight games
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, and they live with that. And so, in the first opportunity, they want to make it in real. So they fix days about that. It's nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the club of culture.
No.
Although they believe they belong to the club, but it's not like this, in my eyes, at least.
Okay. Well, it's been very interesting to hear about football in Greece, even now, even though you now live in Germany. Thank you very much for talking to us, Christos.
Thank you very much too.
You have been the first person I've spoken to outside of the UK. I hope to speak to more people from other cultures. I'm very interested in different cultures. So that was
Yes,
Christos, and there'll be more videos coming from UK Casual soon.